Hey guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I am going to use the Scraptastic Club's kit called Cake by the Ocean. It is from May 2016. And I'm going to be scrapping this picture of my mother. When I went back home to visit last month, I guess, because it was in May, the doorbell rang. It was like bing bong, and she's like, "Hey, could you get that for me?" And I went to get the door for her, and there was no one there. And I'm like, "Mom, some neighborhood kids must be playing ding dong ditch." And I walked back into the living room, and she's laughing. And then I hear the bing bong again, and it was her phone. She was getting text message notifications, and she thought that was the funniest thing. So I thought I'd record that because my mom, she's very sweet. She's an angel. Excuse me. She doesn't have, like, her humor's not, she doesn't have dirty humor. She just has very funny, silly humor. She just cracks me up. So I showed you the papers I was using. I held them up to the camera. I think they are all Pink Fresh. Not Pink Fresh, I apologize. Pink Paislee. And I'm going to cut all these strips and put them in the corners of the background paper on either side. On either diagonal, the left top and the bottom right. The cutting down of the strips does take me a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and take this time to tell you. This video is going to go up on June 9th. It's going to be Thursday. And since, I think it was December when I started my channel, I had been doing videos on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. Well, the summer's here, and I don't want to spend that much time in the house. So I'm only going to be doing 2 videos a week. I want to do Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if I do have an extra video, it'll just be a bonus. So like when I title them, I'll say Scrapbook Process Video number, I think this is going to be number 95. And if they're out of order, that's just because I did have time to do an extra one for the week. So expect 2. But if there's more, then yay. So there I went ahead, and you saw where I put that corner up on that top left. At that point, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I decided not to pull it up, and I just put a paper over it. It looks fine. You can't really even tell. There's a paper back there, and you can see it a little bit, but it doesn't distract from it at all. So I'm just going to lay these strips out. And at first I was measuring them, and then I thought, well, that's ridiculous. I can just hang them off the edge and cut them off. I don't have to measure them. So, slow learner. So that's what I'm doing right here. When I was looking at that pink piece of cardstock, I was looking for the pencil mark I made, and I couldn't find it. So at this point's where I decide, after I couldn't find the pencil mark, I was like, well, that's dumb, Becky. Why are you making things harder than they need to be? Because, that's how I do. I am using this Tombow Mono tape runner because my big gun had ran out of tape, and I didn't really feel like refilling it at the time. I've been on a spending freeze. It's only been a month. I'm dying to shop already, and I keep getting messages about the all scrapbook sales, or is it allscrapbookdeals.com going out of business, which is really sad. I'm not sure that I've ever ordered from them before or not, but it's kind of sad. I think this piece of paper that I cut up right here, that I'm putting right there, I think that's the piece that was the from the Paige Evans one that caused that big ruckus. I got 2 pieces of those in the Scraptastic kit, and I am going to frame one of those in a 12 by 12 frame and hang it on my wall just for GP because they made too much of a ruckus out of it. I thought, see, actually it's that backside, sorry. That's the one. I knew I had used it on this piece somewhere. So here I am. I'm just going to trim off these strips, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, only a little bit in a smaller scale. So I'm going to go ahead and start on that bottom right corner. There's that picture of my mom, and you can see her sitting there texting, just grinning, because she thinks she's funny. She is funny. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting those strips down at the bottom right. I like that polka dot paper. I've used quite a few of them. With this collection so far, I have done 6 layouts. And my newest thing is, well, after I get off the spinning freeze, but this kit that I bought, I have purchased the add-on as well, and the paper add-on. It didn't violate my spinning freeze because I purchased them in April, but it was kind of expensive. It was like $80. So my little rule that I came up with was like, if I spend, did I say $80? It was $70. I'm sorry. If I spend $70, then I need to get 14 layouts out of it, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that on this particular kit. I'm probably going to have to add in some papers, but I'm fine with that because I have plenty of stash. So now the base is pretty much laid out. This is how the background of this is going to be. I'm just going to put the picture down and some embellishments. So these flowers, I had fussy cut them out of one of the Pink Paislee papers, and I inked the edges of the flowers in Rusty Keys is the ink. I think I show it to you, but I am not sure. And I'm just going to scatter those down around the page. I do pull in a few things that are not from this kit. Yeah, there's the ink. It's a Prima Chalk ink, and it's in Rusty Keys. These wood veneer birds that I'm going to put down, they are very cute. Those are Scraptastic Club exclusives, and these might be my favorite exclusives that I've seen for a while. I generally like everything that comes in the kit, or can at least find a way to use what comes in the kit, but these little birds, they are adorable. And I'm not sure if she sells them separately, but if she does, I'm going to have to go on and get some. So the puffy flowers I put down were from the Pink Paislee, and so is this word, puffy word, that says most favorite. I set the candle up on that bird because he wasn't wanting to stay down. I do that sometimes. I'll just put something on top of the item I'm trying to hold down, and the candle was the most ready object. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the lines and write my journaling, and my journaling just tells about, you know, the bing bong and the door. You can see there I already put bing bong down, and I don't know why I said bing bong instead of ding dong. I guess we say bing bong in the Midwest. Actually, the tone sounds more like bing than it does a ding. Anywho, so I'm just telling the story about and her thinking that was funny. So it's pretty long journaling. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Heidi Swap Color Shine in Black and splatter that around the page a little bit. I did pull out my Project Life roller date stamp, and then this other stamp by Amy Tangerine. I put details down at the bottom under the picture. Over on the right, I just put Lovely Day. Up at the top by that flower, I put Remember, and now I'm just stamping a bunch of hearts around. All the stamping did not come out great, but I'm okay with that. The worst parts I do end up covering up with some Close to My Heart sequins. These yellow enamel dots, they are the homemade enamel dots that were perler beads. I do need to make a few more. All the smaller ones that I had, I've already used up. What I do with the perler beads is I just stick my hand in, I put it in a baggie, and I put my hand in the baggie, and I put the perler beads on the end of a wire cutter, and I just clip them and make them small. The reason I put them in the baggie is because if you clip the perler beads, they go pshoo and shoot all over your room. And my dog will surely eat those, so I stick them in a baggie so they don't fly everywhere. So that is all I am going to do to this layout. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.